Strength is something most people yearn for, but in front of a master, most could not survive, as with only 2 faint slashes, their deaths are written. He wanted to be strong too, no matter who he faced. He wanted strength that persisted, no matter what. San and Myung arrive. San is surprised that Seol is not in his bed, as he saw him just a few minutes ago. Seol is behind them, and looks at San's head, which seems to not have that notification anymore. This probably means that he can collect a life only once from each person, and since he has no real easy targets around here, he only has 1 chance left at life. This does not bring him despair, however. Instead, he clenches his fist and thinks of strength. He has to be stronger. Stronger than Myung. Stronger than the Mantis. Stronger than the master of the Hwa sect. He will survive, no matter what may happen. Seol goes on a run to clear his mind just for a little while, but stops right at a mirror, seeing that he only has a chance left. He sits next to the wall and wonders what to do. There are enemies at every angle, enemies he cannot fight nor avoid completely. There must be a way for him, so he gets going once again. When he goes to meet the Mantis, Seol bows down with extreme force and announces what he came here for. The Mantis looks at him, while Seol thinks that the system told him about the incident with the Mantis. So there has to be some way for him to get what he wants in this place, so he will not run away no matter what. The Mantis introduces Seol to the holy deity leader, who notes that he must be a good kid to bow down so gracefully. Seol notices that the situation is much different from before. Perhaps it's because of his bowing that the Mantis couldn't do anything now. The Mantis asks what he thinks of becoming the clerk of the Cheon-il office, which Seol now knows is a trap. He raises his head before bashing it into the ground. He does dare to ask for such a valuable position. It does not suit a person as lowly as himself. The Mantis is surprised by the reaction, but it's great, as he wanted to give him a mission anyway. That's when Seol interrupts him, and notes that he wishes to say something to him. He has been waiting for this moment, for the 3 options to pop up again. He already knows that the first 2 choices lead him to imminent death, so the only option for him is the 3rd one, to cut off his right arm. He says as such, which feels really weird for him. But if this does not work, then he has no other way of escaping. The Mantis asks why he would do such a thing, and why so suddenly. Seol cannot avoid fate, so he would rather do everything with his own hands. He explains that he was always watching over him, yet he dared to yearn for upper-level martial arts, and continued speaking out of line. He even went to look through his things with no fear. All these thoughts suddenly came to him, and they brought great shame. Killing him multiple times would not be adequate, so he would like to prove his loyalty to him. The holy deity finds him amusing, and the Mantis hands him a small blade. If he's so adamant on doing it, then he should get started, right? Seol picks up the blade with a certain tremor in his actions, but he only has to do this once. This is the only way for him to survive. With that, he begins cutting, deeper and deeper until blood sprays out of him like a fountain. The Mantis orders him to stop, and B rushes to knock the blade out of his hand in an instant, falling behind him. Seol looks at her and wonders when she even did it, seeing the +4 lives he can get from her. He also notices that he didn't cut his arm enough to cause long-lasting damage, but at the same time he also can't move it. The Mantis points at him and notes that he is quite amazing, with the holy deity leader agreeing. Seol breathes heavily while the 2 make fun of him, but the Mantis suddenly hands him a token. He always wanted to lead the Cheon-il office after all, right? So this is his chance to do it. Seol can't believe that he survived. Out of all of these actions, this one was actually the winner. He thanks the Mantis for his grace and takes his leave. With this action, he has confirmed that these options are his only path to his survival. As he hears the 2 laughing, he vows to never forget the pain they have incurred on him and their ugly faces. Later at the Cheon-il Tower, Seol is inspected by the secretary, who asks how old he is and how much experience he has. Seol says that he's 27, and has 8 years of experience in the Flying Assassin Squad. The secretary also sees that at his basic instruction institution, he was ranked 12th out of 1,000 kids, which surprises him. He never expected to see such a high rank in such a place. While analyzing him, the secretary notices his arm being strained, and asks what happened to it. Seol notes that there's been an accident, and before he can wonder what kind, he notices the Mantis's signature on his invitation, so he will not stick his head into this problem. He tells Seol to follow, and they both go through a dark hall before arriving at a library. The secretary notes that he will work here from now on. All he must do is maintain the books and properly organize them. The secretary notices the lack of response and asks what's wrong, but Seol understood. He was just mesmerized. While the secretary continues explaining, Seol thinks that the Mantis and Holy Deity leader might not know this, but all of this classified information is managed by librarians and government offices who have unclear intentions. There is no way that they classified high-level martial arts here, but he does not need such skills anyway right now. Now, he is looking for a way to kill the man in front of him, to secure a lifeline, and get one more life. Even if he messed this one up, he would have something to save him. He wonders how much a secretary knows about martial arts, and suddenly calls him over before trying to pull something out of his clothes with a desperate look on his face.